Hello friends, welcome to my bullet and bullet journal setup for February 2026. This is my very first voice over video and also my very first plan with me video for the channel. So if there's any feedback that you'd like to give as I learn how to, hopefully better edit videos, please feel free to leave comments below since it's all new to me. As you can see, this is the first page of the month. It is the cover page for February, and although this is the first page of the month, it's actually typically the last page that I work on. And of course, as you can see, the theme is centered around Valentine's Day itself. So there will be a lot of hearts, red and pink, flowers, and all the cute stuff that's come with it. I didn't start setting up this month until basically this past week because I've been crazy busy with life, with work, etc. I finally found some time to sit down in the middle of the night and work on this in the past 3 days. And here I am trying to create a to-do list for the month. Usually it's pretty short. I try to basically write down the most important things or things to focus on the top of my priority list here. And here is my attempt to hand letter the title of the month, February. I can tell you it is not the easiest thing, but I am trying to practice and get better at it. So far, I think I did a, okay job. Next is the calendar box. I usually just do a simple outline, and for this month I create little hearts for each day, and then as the month goes by I color in each day according to how it goes. I focus mainly on Monday to Friday as I usually have things to do on those days that would give each day its own color, leaving the weekends out so that I can relax and not stress. I find that this is a pretty good system for me, and so when I look back, I can kind of glance at the month overall and see how many good days did I have, how many bad days did I have. It is not a mood tracker as that will have its own page. So as I flipped through the Hobby Lobby sticker book, I saw some stickers that are based, on Paris, the city, and so I thought to myself that I had to use these stickers. Paris is my dream destination to travel to one day. The funny thing is, I had the chance to visit England 3 times in the past, and for some reason, I never actually made it to Paris. So, I think that's like the one thing that I really regretted not doing. One of the things on my bucket list is to visit the city once in my life and to eat all the local cuisines, the cheeses, and see some of the tourist places there. I can already feel myself dreaming about it. Next, I am outlining the title of the month with my gold shimmery gel pen. I just like to do this a lot because I feel like it makes the text pop up a little bit more. On top of that, I just like, glittery pens. I am adding red flowers here just to make it go with the theme. And then some more stickers. And then I remember that I got some travel stickers from Journalsay, and I decided to pick one to use for the cover page. I'm not 100% sure what city these are from, and some of the images look like they, could be from Italy and some from France. I don't know, but I think this one looks like it could be from France. So I'm just gonna go with it. I'm going to cut around the top part of the image to make it look like an arch window that you see in churches and museums. So this part, I'm not sure what I was thinking, but I believe I wanted to make a color box for my Did I Achieve My Goals This Month box, and somehow it turned out like this. Again, I'm not going to complain, I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah. I'm putting in a sticker of a girl carrying a bouquet of flowers. Then I'm putting these cute pink flowers around her. It makes it look prettier in my opinion, as I feel like this gives me the vibe of a city filled with flowers, love, a romance, and endless possibilities. Over here in this corner, I am going to be playing with some stencil and ink pad. I chose red for the red roses. This one I bought from Journalsay and it looks really pretty. Sorry for the zoom in blurriness, because I actually didn't realize that it would be this blurry. I'm putting in a quote here to reflect the month of love. And adding on some finishing touches for the page, some stickers, some hearts. This coming page will be about random things, such as what song I am currently listening to, a show that I am watching that I am really into, some of my expenses for the month, and my credit card debts. Also, I will be having a box for my weight. Usually, I will have like, hey, how much did I weigh at the end, beginning of the month, and how much did I weigh at the end of the month. I am trying to be more proactive this year in working out, exercising, and losing some weight. And I thought this would be a good way to keep track of my progress. And if you see the top of my head popping in every once in a while, that is because I do not have the video camera set up properly yet. I'm still experimenting different angles and seeing what works, what doesn't work, and for some reason I tend to scoot myself up a little bit when I write or draw, and then the camera captures the top of my head. That is why I had, previously set the camera to be very close to the edges of my journal pages. For every page, if there is space, I try to put in a quote to inspire myself to be a better version of myself. Although Valentine's Day is generally about romance and love for others, like your significant other, most of my quotes that I picked for the month were about self love and motivation. I feel that, in order to grow and become a better person, you need to love yourself. That is something that I've been struggling with in the past, whatever years, and this year I'm trying to do better, to think and speak better about myself. I feel like that will translate to how I look at myself in the mirror. It will improve my mood and my outlook on life and how I treat others. This is how I feel. I just feel like for me, I have to start treating myself better to be in a happier place. This page is my meal tracker in conjunction with my weight tracker. I need to eat better as well to lose weight, right? I'm trying to reduce my budget on eating out to cooking more at home this year to eat healthier and to have less processed food in my diet. Over here, I'm using, a stencil from Journalsay again, and to kind of color in like a light beige or peach color for the background. I love the stencil of the trees and the falling hearts. I have a feeling that I will be using this one a lot in the future. It is actually pretty fun and really easy to use, and the outcome is awesome. I have to zoom in here because when I zoom out, I see half of the top of my head on the screen. I did not want that to show on the video. I'm sorry that it is a little bit blurry. Here I am trying to hand letter the title of the page with meals. I don't know, it just didn't come out the best, but I think this will have to work. I'm using Arctic's acrylic markers to color in or to write the title page. And here is just me finishing up the page with some stickers and highlighting, the rest of the section with a marker. This is my mood tracker page. I had already basically drawn with a pencil what I want it to be on the page, and I will go over it with my Copic outliner in maroon color. This is a cute little font that I found on the internet, so I'm just basically drawing what I see online. Overall, it is a very fun page because most of it is drawing and waiting each day to fill in each heart with, colors. I have yet to decide what colors I want to represent each mood. I will have 3 different colors for 3 different moods. One would be for a happy, one would be for meh or okay day, and then one would be for sad. I like the concept of, collecting hearts and just kind of like putting them in a bottle. And so here I decided to use that concept, and you can see that the hearts are being poured out of the bottle and they're just, splattering and hitting the ground, flying everywhere. Each heart represents each day of the month, and they come in different sizes. I just don't want them to be, all uniform. So it's a very fun experiment. I'm adding some sparkles kind of throughout the page as well to give it a little bit more pop. I have a lot of Valentine's Day cardstock, so I decided to use one of them at the bottom of the page to give it a little bit more, like a little bit of a touch of colors and pattern. I'm finishing up the page with some stickers, and then I'm going to be adding color to the font. And as you might have already guessed, I am going to be using pink. After the mood tracker, I usually reserve the page next to it to be my kind of like my diary page, where if there's something specific to a day that I want to write down, I can do that. It's kind of like writing down like a one-liner for the day. And it doesn't have to be for all the days in the month. It could just be like a random day that I want to keep track of. For example, if I'm especially happy on a day and I want to track it down, I can write down what happened on that specific day. And if I'm sad and going through something, I can also write that down as well. I love this washi tape. It has a lot of cute pictures, a lot of love potions. I love this material because you can tear the tape like you would a paper. I'm sticking the two pieces on opposite diagonal corners, and then I will be decorating the edges of the page and leaving the center blank. And it might be a little bit excessive to add these red leaves to the corner, but I'm like, why not? And this will be the last page of the video. This is my habit tracker, the largest page of the month for me. I tend to use both pages together and create like a horizontal table in the middle and put down all the dates at the top, and then to the side will be like a list of different habits that I want to track throughout the month. I decided to use the two tapes that I had of like roses and roses on balcony. I think they're very beautiful and it takes me back to the old days of courtship. You see what I'm talking about here? I was having a hard time trying to decide what I want to do on the side of the pages. I didn't want to leave it blank. I'm just going to mix and match some of the papers with, the tapes that I had already put down and hope for the best. It actually didn't turn out bad. The two bars at the side of the pages almost act like little building columns that you see on balconies, so that worked out. I am using a stamp puncher to create the title for the page. Then, after that, I will be writing on the paper each letter to make a word, habit. And then I saw the leftover paper and thought, hey, I could use this for the page as well for decoration. I am using Arctic's acrylic marker in white to write down the letters on this paper. I do have to go over it multiple times to make the color opaque. To me, I feel like the point of using an acrylic marker is that it should have already been opaque. I am going to be adding in a sticker of a girl on a swing, and then I'll be adding some more flowers to the page. I will be leaving the rest of the page blank to add in my habits later. And of course, we can't forget, the red roses. I have so many stickers. Here is the flip through of the February setup. I will be posting my weekly spread separately as I tend to do those week by week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything that you like or would like to see, any tips or suggestions, please feel free to leave me a message down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy your day. Goodbye.